When you think about our national infrastructure, you probably picture steel, concrete, massive bridges, all the physical stuff. But what you might not see is that it's also built on mountains and mountains of paperwork. And buried in that paperwork is a huge, hidden problem, one that's actually stopping us from building a smarter, safer future.
I mean, seriously, think about it. We're talking about trillions of dollars for roads, power grids, you name it. How on earth do we keep track of all that? You'd probably imagine these super sophisticated connected computer systems, right? Well, the reality is a little less high-tech. The crazy truth is that so much of this vital information is just locked away in digital documents that are about as flexible as a slab of concrete. Sure, we've moved from paper and filing cabinets to PDFs on a server, but the data itself, it's still stuck. You can't really work with it, you can't analyze it, it's just a picture of the old paperwork. So in this explainer, we're going to break this whole thing down. First, we'll look at how data gets trapped. Then, we'll talk about the big vision for a digital future. We'll get into how AI is both the perfect bridge and a huge risk. Then there's a really cool challenge for entrepreneurs. And finally, we'll see how this whole thing is being built, one tiny data crumb at a time. All right, let's start at the very beginning with this invisible problem of trapped data. The main offender here is the PDF. Now, all the most important info, project payments, safety reports, material costs, it's all sitting inside these PDF files. It creates what one source calls a disaggregated paper-based analog history. That's a fancy way of saying it's a messy, disconnected pile of digital paper, even though it's on a computer.
So what even is a PDF in this context? The best way to think about it is like taking a picture of a spreadsheet. You can look at it, you can see the numbers, but you can't click on a cell, you can't run a formula, you can't easily copy and paste that data into another program. The information is there, but a computer can't read it. It's not usable. Okay, so if the PDF is the problem, what's the solution? Well, the vision is a complete shift, a move toward a truly digital, interconnected future. The big picture goal is to create what's called a digital ecosystem. And this isn't just about storing files online, it's about making data interoperable. That means information can flow seamlessly, automatically, between different government agencies, contractors, and banks. It means the data can actually talk to each other, and that kind of smart system is now being mandated. Now, the secret sauce to make this all happen is a technology called XBRL. Just think of it like a universal translator for business data. Instead of just seeing a number on a page, XBRL gives every single piece of data a tag that tells the computer exactly what it is. This is a date, this is a dollar amount, this is a project ID. It makes the data structured, searchable, and super easy to analyze, which is why it has such high integrity. Okay, so we have the old world of messy PDFs and this vision for a new, clean world of XBRL data. So how do we get from here to there? The obvious answer is artificial intelligence. But, and this is a big but, it comes with a massive risk. I mean, AI is the perfect tool for the job, right? You can train it to look at those static PDF pictures, recognize all the patterns, and just pull out the data. It's the only way to automate the enormous task of converting decades of our analog history into something a computer can actually understand. But here is the catch. As XBRL advocate Kay Dixon Wright points out, AI can get it wrong. In the world of AI, a serious error is called a hallucination. That's when the AI just makes stuff up. It might misread a number, mix up two categories, or invent data that was never even there. And that's a huge problem. Because look at the stakes here. It's night and day. With accurate data, you get reliable underwriting for projects. You get safer construction sites, and capital markets run smoothly. But if an AI hallucination introduces flawed data, the whole system breaks down. You get more risk, and the data's value is completely undermined. It has to be perfect. So this challenge, this need for 100% accuracy, has actually sparked a pretty fascinating new initiative aimed at getting entrepreneurs to try and tame AI. So they're offering $5,000 seed contracts for teams to tackle this problem head on. The challenge is simple. Build an AI model that can convert Department of Transportation PDFs into perfect XBRL data, and, more importantly, figure out how to measure the risk of those dangerous AI hallucinations. And this isn't just some abstract tech contest. Listen to what the very first award recipient, a student entrepreneur named Carson Whitaker, said. It's all about creating a system that capital markets can actually use to improve how they finance and monitor projects. And the real-world result? It opens up access to funding for small and local businesses. That's the goal.
So we've got this really focused project on converting one specific type of document, but it's so important to see that this is just one piece of a much, much bigger plan. You see, these application for payment PDFs are just one of 4 essential building blocks. To build this new digital ecosystem, you also need applicant profiles, data from surety bonds for insurance, and the core project agreements. As the source material puts it, each one of these is just a data crumb. By itself, it's not much, but when you put them all together, you build a powerful new foundation.
And the proponents of this are framing its importance in a very direct way. The funding proposal that's backing this initiative actually uses the slogan, "Make infrastructure great again," arguing that creating this next-gen digital foundation is absolutely critical to modernizing the country's systems.
So let's just boil it all down. Why does any of this matter? Well, for public agencies, it means they can actually monitor projects better. For small businesses, it means a better shot at getting the financing they need. For the capital markets, it means managing risk way more efficiently. And for all of us, it means finally building a modern, data-driven foundation for our entire national infrastructure.
It seems like such a tiny technical problem buried in paperwork and data standards. But it really leads to a huge question. If we can pull this off, if we can successfully teach AI to read and understand the language of how we build things, could that simple act of translation be the first crucial step toward truly rebuilding our world for the 21st century?